going toe-to-toe to decide the World Championship. Can Jorge Martin seize the moment in Montmello, or will Pecco Bagnaia somehow find a way to keep his name at the top of the Tower of Champions? It's time to crown the World Champion in 2024. It's time to race in motoGP. So the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, 4.66 kilometres in length, 2.89 miles, 14 corners, 8 of them right, 6 of them left. An over 1,000 metre start-finish rate. First on the calendar in 1992 as the Grand Prix of Europe until 1995. It's fast, it's very technical, plenty of overtaking hotspots here in Barcelona. Sector 1 includes the long sweep through turn 3. Overtaking opportunities into turn 10 and also the final corner into turn 14. The most demanding braking points, turn 1, turn 4 and turn 10. Good overtaking opportunities in the upcoming 24-lap Grand Prix of Barcelona. Hard on the brakes into that first corner, that gives you a chance to make some moves, also into 4 and 5. This was Marc Marquez here back in May, using the slipstream and power of the Ducati to ease through on the pretty as a late Espargaro. Coming up next then in MotoGP, battling to the bitter end in Barcelona, Pecco Bagnaia is still in contention for a sensational turnaround after a crucial sprint win. A day he's waited his whole life for. Jorge Martin is ready to conquer the world in Catalunya. Can Bagnaia produce one final piece of magic in Montmello to cling on to the #1 plate in Catalunya? To keep the rematch rolling into our final Grand Prix race day of the season. It was aggressive starts from both Martin and Bastianini. Early contact between Marc Marquez and Pedro Acosta ended their hopes of a podium. Bastianini, a proper pest, wasn't he, for Jorge Martin? It went all the way down to the last lap. The beast on the inside of the World Championship leader with a brave move at turn 5. 2 points taken away from Martin at the end of the sprint. 7 sprint wins then in 2024 now for reigning world champion Pecco Bagnaia, but he still has a mountain to climb in Montmello as Jorge Martin sits on the brink, 19 points clear with just 25 left to fight for if he's to become the first independent team rider to win in the modern 4-stroke era. Well, he needs a 9th place. 7 points, that's the magic number. That is all that stands between Jorge Martin and glory in Barcelona. It's the final chapter in the rematch. They were the 2 superstars in MotoGP in 2023. It has followed a familiar pattern throughout 2024. They have been the reference. They have taken MotoGP to a new level. And finally, Jorge Martin and Pecco Bagnaia. It has all come down to the final day of the season. Could it go all the way down to the last lap of what has been a remarkable and unforgettable 75th anniversary season in the MotoGP World Championship? Matt Burton, Lewis Sotheby in the commentary box with Simon Crafar, his last dance down in pit lane, bringing you all the coverage here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Jorge Martin, 26 years of age, is the Spanish rider. Pretty much every day for those 26 years, he has worked tirelessly. He's shed blood, sweat and tears to put himself in this position. 19 points clear of Pecco Bagnaia, who once again, the factory Ducati rider, there's only one mission here for Bagnaia in Montmello. He simply has to win. Will a double win, will an 11th Sunday win still see Bagnaia come up short? He needs some help. He maybe needs a slip up lately. Any breeze The perfect way to bring down the curtain on a classic MotoGP campaign. But will it be a perfect finale for Pecco, or the dream completed for Jorge Martin? Third year in a row, the MotoGP World Championship has gone down to the wire. Barnaia won it in 2022 against Fabio Quartararo. Barnaia took the spoils last time out in Valencia 2023 against Jorge Martin, of course. Still very much game on after Barnaia took the Tissot sprint yesterday. Toe-to-toe action, doesn't get any closer than that, does it, in the braking zone yesterday in the sprint, as Enea Bastianini did take two what could be very precious points away from Martin on the very last lap. Lewis, it all comes down to this season which started in stunning fashion under the lights in the Doha desert. We hoped it would come down to a fitting finale, a thrilling climax between two riders who've put on some show over the last 24 months or so. We're ready for the rematch, Martin versus Barnaia.
It's almost a shame in some respects that only one of them can be champion, because they've both put up incredible seasons. We've seen supreme sporting skill. We've also seen a fair share of mistakes from both of them. Almost impossible in a season spanning 20 races and 20 sprints to not see the odd error. But we come down to the final Sunday of the season with Jorge Martin needing 9th place or better. Pecco Barnaia just needs to try and win this Barcelona Grand Prix and hope he gets some help from elsewhere. This was at the start of the sprint yesterday, the only point in the sprint really where Pecco Barnaia wasn't leading, when both Jorge Martin and Enea Bastianini came barreling up the inside of him. Barnaia led out of turn 3 on that first lap and led for the rest of the sprint.
Just look how close Marc Marquez was to contact there. He'd have had his heart in his mouth there, wouldn't he, Marquez? Just look at this, on board with Barnaia. Marquez rear tyre hopping in the air. Can you imagine a situation like what could have happened there? Millimetres away, wasn't it, from the ultimate disaster for Ducati. They are due to welcome Marc Marquez into the factory fold here in Barcelona on Tuesday. Well, he's got fans who've come all the way from Brazil just to see the number 93. Who was it? Fernando and Deborah, I believe it is, just behind the Brazilian flag. Well, let's hope they'll see a strong end to his maiden year with Ducati for Marc Marquez.